Vancouver is actually, it's not just a myth, it's a very rainy place. There's on average 166 days of rain every year, and that rain can last for a long time. It's very, very typical to have 20 consecutive days with measurable precipitation in a winter, and sometimes much longer than that.
The cloud ceiling is so low for so long, and that it can sock in for days. You know, there isn't that spaciousness, there isn't that open sky. All of a sudden, it feels like you could reach up and touch the bottoms of the clouds.
Well, and it just seems like there are a lot of people that experience sudden anger, no.
Death?
No.
No. Seasonal affective
Disorder.
I'm in the rain when it's raining if I have to get somewhere. So on the bad days, it's cold, and you feel every little raindrop when it hits your forehead. I feel each one.
Well, I don't like it when it falls like right here. I don't like it when it falls in my eye, or the other eye, or the one ear, or the other ear.
It doesn't just rain and then stop raining. Like, it just rains for like days in a row. And so if you don't go outside, you're gonna run out of groceries.
We're all in it. We're all sitting in the rain. There's no point complaining about it. It's wet. Put on a jacket. Get an umbrella. Suck it up.
I learned which side of the street to walk on. Some sides are better than others for puddle avoidance. When crossing Main Street, I always walk on the painted white line because it's that much higher and drier. It protects the shoes.
People don't want to be walking around in the rain sometimes wearing rain boots because they don't want to show up to the office or to a trendy party having rain boots on, and that's not something that governments can make investments in. That's just like a cultural shift that we define, oh, that's okay. The easiest thing I think to help people be outdoors or active in the rain is to have shelter, have cover.
There are obvious things like the fact that we don't have awnings anymore on buildings. So, we used to think about it more, but the city bylaws and guidelines have sort of pulled back on it. There's also this notion that people don't, or business owners don't want people to stop. If you cover something in this city, quite often it's where people congregate. We deal with a ton of runoff rain, and that we could be diverting that and using it in more interesting ways. And I know that some buildings are starting to do this, where there'll be places where the rain comes off the roofs and is actually captured and becomes part of the landscape feature. And those buildings, I think, are beginning to animate the way in which we use rain. And I think we take the rain for granted. I think we take the water that we have for granted.
So things to do in the rain.
That's a tough question because, even when it's sunny out, I'm dead weight. I'm hard to get out of the house. So if it's going to be raining, oh wow.
Outdoor theater.
We got nothing.
So lame.
There's lots of things to do in the rain, except read a newspaper.
There's two ways to go, right? You can go tenting, dry, pretend you're indoors but you're outdoors.
But enjoy the sort of air.
Yeah, exactly.
Feeling of the outdoors.
Whatever you want to do under a tent.
Or
like a
full-on hardcore.
Everyone wears a wetsuit and just slip and slides.
Do you know what the best I like to do is the splash and puddles and ride my bike through the puddles?
There's a lot more that could be done in terms of just sort of creating terrain or landscape that catches rain and allows kids to, that makes puddles and allows for, troughs to get filled with water and things like that. And there are a few around there.
Other things to do in the rain, run around in your bathing suit.
Nothing to do with swimming. You're already wet. You're not going to be more miserable if it's raining, as long as there's no lightning.
So it would be so cool if we got everybody out in the streets with different colored umbrellas. And then if we use those, the top of those colors umbrellas, and then somebody's up in the top building, filming and looking down, and we kind of form a image or a picture with all these different colors of umbrellas, I don't know, it could be a message or a peace sign, I don't know, whatever, but that would be kind of cool.
Standing under awnings, watching people get sprayed with the buses that go by and splash them.
Well, you know what I also like it's when I see the cars splash through the rain.
Either heating pads and soup massage festival
Yeah.
/ acupuncture,
Mm-hmm.
or rain gear wetsuit would be better.
Yeah.
Outdoor splish and splash with heated tubs, like heated pools.
That'd be great.
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. I'm laughing at clouds so dark up above. The sun's in my heart and I'm ready for love.